Good evening. State troopers, whether in Indianapolis or in Delphi, are being dispatched to follow up on leads. And State Police Superintendent Doug Carter says that his detectives are committed to this case in Delphi over the long term.
I don't know when my time ends. I don't know. But as long as I'm in this role and breathing, we're not going to leave Delphi, Indiana.
And of course, that is good news to the families of both Abby and Libby. The grandparents of 13-year-old Abby Williams agreed to their first sit-down interview with RTV6, and they wanted to express their gratitude for state police, the FBI, city police, and the county sheriffs as well. They also wanted to share their joy about their granddaughter, Abby. And they also wanted to discuss what have been some difficult days in the past 2 months.
I was picking up the house, of course, and anticipating your visiting today, and I picked up a pair of her shoes because her things are still here. We just can't. We can't erase her from our lives, and we don't want to.
More of an interview with the grandparents tonight on the news at 11. Also tonight, for the first time, we are hearing from the lead investigator on this case. And he tells us that all he needs is one more tip, maybe from you, to crack this case. Call 6 investigator Paris LaBelle. You've been talking to the investigator. What is he telling you?
Raphael, their motto is "Today is the day," and investigators have been working around the clock on this case, just with one goal: to find Abby and Libby's killer. It's still non-stop.
And that's typically what you do.
A core team of investigators from state police, the Carroll County Sheriff's Office, Delphi Police, the FBI, and others come in every day.
Our adopted quote of the day is "Today's the day." Today's the day we're going to get closer to the end. Today's the day we're going to get closer to getting justice for Abby and Libby. State Police's First Sergeant Jerry Holman is the lead investigator on the Delphi case. He's been working with hundreds of deputies, police officers, and federal agents on the case. Investigators are coming from southern Indiana, northern Indiana, and like you said, federal, state, local. I'm afraid to name off all the agencies because I'm afraid I would hurt somebody's feelings because I'll leave them off. He says the outpouring of support and tips has been tremendous, but it doesn't come easy.
We're going to get that one tip, that one lead. We'll find that piece of information that's going to lead us to the persons who are responsible for this. That's the one thing that I think about every day when I walk in here. Every investigator on this case just has one goal in mind. There's no doubt that we've been faced with a ton of obstacles and we maneuver through those. We've been faced with numerous barriers and we just have to bust through them. And when it gets tough. And when you see the pictures of those two girls, it puts it in perspective.
Now, as of right now, investigators have received more than 16,000 tips and interviewed over 500 people, but they say they still need that one tip that might push the case over the edge and solve this murder. You have seen our Facebook feeds, you have seen our Twitter feeds. Are state police in any way, the FBI, getting any closer, making any progress on identifying a somebody? Raphael, they say they're closer. Every day they're getting new information, interviewing suspects, possibly ruling out potential suspects and getting new information that leads them somewhere else. They say every day they're just a little bit closer to finding. And we should point out that we're here at the post at 21st and Post, at 52nd Post, because officers are dispatched from this location almost every day. Absolutely. Leads are coming down from Delphi, and they're being passed to investigators here in Indianapolis and other state police posts across the state, and they're looking at different leads across Indiana. Paris LaBelle, thank you so much. We should point out that the tip could come from you. The number to call is right there on your screen. It is 844-459-5786. And then on Thursday, we invite you to join us for a very special presentation. This is a story of Abby and Libby, the Delphi Daughters. We went into their homes. They want to share their perspectives to really tell you those girls' stories. So we invite you to join us Thursday at 7 o'clock. And we should also point out that when you call that number, that 844 number, I should point out that you're calling a call center in Clarksburg, West Virginia, which is several hours from here. But all of those tips are then sent here to Indianapolis, to Delphi, for investigators to get working on the case. Reporting live, Rafael Sanchez, RTV6.
Yeah, we've been saying just one tip, so hopefully someone will come forward with some information. Thank you, Rafael.